Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this issue of withholding, and you're going to come in and talk about it. Go ahead.
Please, I was breaking down the fact that there are real-life stories where withholding happens and when the other partner is not willing to address it. I have heard stories, I've tried to resolve, I've tried to enter. There's one I want to even enter, and I don't even know how I'm going to approach the entering of the situation, where the partner in the marriage is faithful with being given chopping breakfast. The man, faithful, chopping breakfast once in 6 months. Chopping breakfast once in 8 months. And the man is faithful, and the man is frustrated and faithful, and the other partner is not green.
He's a Christian, right?
Yeah. Aww. So there's no conversation to be had. Let's do marriage counseling. It's like, our marriage is okay. You say, no. Like, let's do sex therapy. Well, okay, it's just, I'm just not in the mood. So we have people in this situation, and we need to address them and provide solutions for them. We need to provide solutions for the women that are withholding, and the impact is having on a man. The stressed men are going through a whole lot.
People marry for different reasons. The woman can enter a marriage because she feels like you're from a good home, you're a staying guy, a good guy. You know, you're going to be the kind of guy that will be faithful to her. So that's why she settled down with you, not because you're the love of her life or that person that she's head over heels in love with. So you are there meeting the role of father of my kids, the husband figure. So that connection that causes you, that makes you a partner, is not there.
But we have people who do this as their job, the Oloshos, who don't need connection.
So it means your body can do.
So as a woman, your body is wired to be able to take it. You just have to tell yourself that this is a duty for me. And these are the benefits to this man. I just have to set in my head the timetable in my head to be able to do twice a week or 3 times a week or 4 times a week. And you work towards it. You don't even need, in that kind of situation, because of the way you're feeling, you don't need to do too much acrobatics.
Just lie down.
You can just lie down, right? It doesn't mean you should not learn to do acrobatics. I'm just saying, according to the mood. So even us now that we do, all of us here on this table, you should not deceive yourself. That we do, this I don't get.
Only me.
That we do acrobatics. It's not every day we do acrobatics. Some days you are tired. But you just, okay, brother, just pose one kind.
See position.
No. It goes a long way to ease the man. Now, that's on one hand. Secondly, cheating is a choice, no matter the circumstances.
Exactly.
So, if you know that they are already leading you to that point where you're looking at other people, have this conversation and tell this woman, I am going outside. I cannot stay with you for 1 year and you don't let me touch you. I'm going to get somebody else. Make it plain. Have that conversation and see, It's when you now use the excuse of they did not give me to go outside. That's when it's called cheating. Until you are not delivering on your conjugal duties. Even the scripture says it, if you want to fast, all those Christians that do the fasting, you must agree with your partner that for this number of days, nothing will be happening. And he must buy into that before you go ahead with your fast. So you cannot withhold for 6 months and somebody wants to have a conversation that I'm going out, or if you're not going to give me this, and you say you are a cheater. No, the person is not cheating. Yeah. You are actually sending this person out. But the person must make it plain that this and this is what I have taken, and also get other family members involved. Yeah. As a young person, I've solved some elderly people's case. But this matter, they will just call me, Beecee, come and sit down here. This person has not touched me. And I'm like, okay,
3 months.
Okay, how do we do it? And I'll be begging.
But anybody touching anybody at what age?
No, they need
in
it.
their 50s.
You be
I had conversations.
They need it. So let me also add, you said
somebody sent a message to me. Okay. Is that my husband would rather wank than touch me?
That one is
that's masturbation. He needs
psychological issue.
Yeah. He needs sex therapy. And there are therapists are available for a reason, because our minds are involved in everything we're doing. And if our mind is not right, it's not a case of insanity. It's just that we need to get our minds aligned. And sometimes our mind, like, there are some days that I'm so busy, and maybe based on WhatsApp message, because my husband is WhatsApp. From the things I said on WhatsApp, I know that there's expectations for this night. I'll quickly go home and beg my children, guys, please, mommy needs to rest a bit. I'll sleep so that I will wake up in time for when he arrives, so that I'm not carrying the tension of the day to meet him, because I know he has expectations. So you have to balance it. Also, there are tough conversations to have, and it's not everybody that is able to have the conversation. You look yourself, you are married 3 months, do. Why? Now,
Okay, then,
like,
Afia.
you don't even need him to tell you. You should know there's
know
a
your
problem.
job.
So if it's not, because some men don't know how to say it. I know someone that was having a very, very tough time because his wife was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And he was like, every time I try to approach the subject of you are emotionally eating, because she was emotionally eating, she was binging on a lot of sweet things, and the repercussions were clear. She was pre-diabetic before, and now she was close. So he was watching, and he said every time he brings it up, it becomes an emotional torture. So you mean I'm not beautiful? So you mean you don't, as like, so he feels so bad because he doesn't want to go there. He's watching and loving, but it's not good for her. Your husband should be able to tell you the truth, your wife should be able to tell you the truth. So you have to be able to take that feedback. So when you say, tell her that you will go, or tell him you will go, the man will say, you are threatening me. You are threatening me that you go and cheat because I'm not giving you. Oh, yeah, go and cheat now. You don't want that either. So how do we get the resolution?
Let me take Ife.
Jam question.
Thanks for calling, Ife. You're live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. All I don't have any question is that what of the situation like maybe you are not in mood and your husband tends to do the do, but later you know that your husband have gone to be watching porn at the back. So, I want.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear her, but I'm sure our viewers are
So,
hearing her.
yeah. So, pornography, masturbation, these are all negative health.
Yeah.
These are all negative coping mechanisms. And some men and women are resorting to it in marriage to help themselves. They are negative coping mechanisms. If you find yourself addicted to it, it will distort your relationship for life. You will never be able to have a normal relationship with your partner. So it's not a solution. It is not. It's an option, it's not a solution. It's like when you start taking medicine for something that will not cure you, they say lifetime medicine. It's not. So I think it's important that people learn to have conversations with a therapist or talk to a pastor. Sometimes pastors are not equipped to help you deal with these things. But this one is even a pastor, I think.
It's a normalized therapists in this institution like that.
Mm-hmm. We should not just normalize. People like this should seek them out on behalf of their spouses for whatever reason they are withholding. So some reasons women withhold, circumcised women who have pain. Some women have a pelvic problem. At any position, sex is pain. Some women are hormonally just not there. Psychology will affect them too.
So they need to get...
And a spouse, a man, for instance, maybe it's this one that is talking now, can have this, we addressed last Friday.
The one that is like...
she have tired to put up.
the eggplant
when we
and banana and different sizes.
Different sizes. You can also have...
I wasn't here last Friday.
You can have the mouth odor and the body
odor.
Okay.
And
you want to fit.
Let me take this call from Sam. We are speaking in parables. I don't understand.
Don't worry.
Samuel, tell me about it. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, ladies.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this subject is a very sensitive issue, but it needs to be given attention to. Can you hear me?
Very clearly. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so scripturally, in the book of 1 Corinthians 7, verse 5, it was stated unambiguously that each other should not deprive it, do not deprive it, except on mutual consent. So if you are withholding without mutual consent, that is pure wickedness. So if, for example, your wife is pregnant and because of the hormonal changes, she cannot engage in it, then the man should be understanding. But if...
I didn't hear him all that. Did you guys hear him, Samuel?
It
was difficult for us hearing him in the studio.
So
But I think you talk about issue of size. I think that's what you're
so
alluding
there are
to.
two things.
Yes.
The issues with men's issue, like not even men's issue, human issue, body odor, like mouth odor,
lack of cleanliness,
lack of hygiene, and lack of ability to even do the thing very well.
Yeah.
So
wait. Don't put it together. Yeah, don't rush it. There's the part of cleanliness.
Personal hygiene.
Personal hygiene, that's key. There's a part of inability, you're incompetent.
Incompetence
in that area. And then there's a part of size. Some women fear the size. Like when they go the way...
Some size big, some small.
Some feel that, man, this is like, they're traumatized.
Don't
like,
finish me.
oh my goodness.
What?
This
Beside
is,
me?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no.
God.
So that in itself is trauma for them.
Oh my God.
That is trauma. It is true because this is a young woman
help
who
people.
had been kept by herself. You know, she was very pious all her life. You know, they said don't do anything, don't do anything. Now enter the marriage finish.
You now
and
see
you now
something.
see like.
No, she might even be okay with it when she got married. Maybe due to a stitch after birth.
Yeah.
Anything
also
can
be a
go wrong,
scenario.
which is why I'm saying investigate the withholding before you come and write us that somebody has seen.
True.
You know, let's know why we're discussing this withholding. It's normal when you're getting into marriage that you now have you have a right to a partner.
When
They were talking about the right hand. You have your right
in a
hand.
situation whereby a young lady is
That's
having
business.
issues with the size, what does she do?
So there are things that can be. See, everything you mentioned now have
Can be
solutions.
learned. Yes, you can learn.
The size problem, some of us faced it, but you must ensure that you have some additional help. Because it's not every time a woman's body is ready. You know, when we're talking about finding a way to make sure that you do it all the time, it's not all the time that your body will be ready. So you prepare your body in readiness to collect the obonge that you have with you. You get extra things, you get lubricant, there are different things you can get to sort out that issue. So that one is one. The issue of body odor or mouth odor, or the fact that the person does
go
not
back
wash.
before you enter room.
Exactly.
Just
Before
they
we
come like
do
that
it, will
from
now
work.
be stated that everybody
don't
must clean
understand.
up before we come to the
Oga
altar.
mechanic
We
and
so
driver.
that
This
our
people vex, make I wan interrupt
sacrifices
you.
will be
We
accepted
bath,
by the Lord.
We will wear lingerie. We will perfume body. Imagine
Prepare
what we go through.
yourself.
Then somebody will just come with a sweaty boxers.
Let me take this call from Tosin. Thanks for calling, Tosin. You're live.
Since
We're bringing deliverance to marriages
ahead,
right
please.
now, man.
This particular topic is actually speaking about me right now.
Okay.
I'm actually going through a lot concerning this. For last year, I already
producer,
Please just call her back.
what happened?
We have to call that lady back,
Oh,
please.
she was sharing her story.
We need to call her back. We definitely need to call her back. We need to hear her story because we're trying to learn from everybody here.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so some of these issues can be handled. It's your willingness to have that conversation and your humility to take that feedback. That will determine whether you will continue in this marriage or somebody will now decide to start going out. Sometimes the ego will not allow you to take proper feedback. For the man, let's take, for instance, they tell you that, brother, you are always fast-forwarding as if it's a match we're playing now. There's a way,
Before we
can
blink, finish.
you calm down a little? Just let me even fill you up.
Johnny is
before
a marathon.
You just run,
It's not a sprint.
Imechago, Ipotago, Inyuana. Can you? And the man say, are you saying that I'm not doing it well? He's not even paying attention to that. So there's something they always say. In the act, you should learn to speak. Unfortunately, most of us were raised.
The sensitive feedback.
Yes, they were raised.
sensitive
Yes, they were raised to be ashamed of our sexuality. So when you speak now, they will now see you as a bad girl. Let me just keep quiet and just collect whatever I can get. So we need to demystify. Especially we have daughters now. We need to demystify it. Speak up. Tell him that you are not hitting the place.
Yeah.
Can you tweet a bit? Can you move a bit? Can you shift a bit
busy.
to get it?
This is department side.
Busy.
I kept quiet on that
I'm not
one.
talking again.
See, we address stomach, address beer parlor stomach.
Yes, of course.
Under that tummy. I can only imagine.
But women, some women actually have. They are
Like
also.
I said it many years ago that just keep that place clean. You know what I
Clean,
mean?
yeah,
Just-
keep the
just-
place
just, you know.
clean.
Hygiene is very
This is
important.
We have to wrap up. I
From
think
the
we have to
male-
wrap up on this topic.
Yeah, hygiene is important from the male and the female side. Some women too, when they open, you receive, and the men are having to deal with it. So hygiene is important, male, female. There's need for conscious feedback, and you to receive the feedback, understanding that it's coming from somebody that loves you and cares for
Can
you.
I share a small story
And-
before we?
Yeah.
It happened in school that year. So a friend of mine, most of my friends in the university were guys because I related more with guys, being a tomboy growing up. So we're just sharing, one of my friend was like, we saw that he had been toasting this girl for a very long time and the girl refused. Then finally the girl agreed and they went to this thing. And as action was about to start, immediately she took off her clothes. The atmosphere of the room changed. He ran out and dodged this girl for a very long time. But then he was sharing and was like, what's going on? I said, did you tell her? She may not even know. Because all of you will go there and you will run out. Nobody will tell her that she has a problem of cleanliness. She may also be suffering from infection. So find out why some smells are coming. It may be medical, so that you can also help your partner to heal.
She was going.
She didn't knew.
And you did not prepare.
She didn't knew.
Let me take this call. John from Just.
Who is I?
Hello, John, you're live.
You know,
Tom. Oh, Tom.
From Just.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. This is a very nice topic, and I really like the way people are taking it. The issue of... Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead, Tom. You're live.
All right. I think it's a very nice topic, and this thing has been causing a separation even in a marriage. Some people, actually some men, the dirtiness is a problem. If you are dirty, you can't come to a woman and she will accept you. And secondly, in this type of situation, it has to be discussed. It has to be discussed because for a woman to refuse you, there must be a problem. And that problem, you have to bring it to the table and discuss it clearly, just as one of you said not quite long ago. And if it is discussed, then things can go on well. But we decide to keep it, not coming out to say, as a result of this, I cannot do this at this moment. The man will not understand. And also, this thing has sent some men to go outside. You say, no, because somebody has not bought you a gift. You say, no, because you have not done it, I will not do it. Or because, my body is this. What is the problem with your body? Let the man know. And once it is discussed, things will go out well. Nobody will cheat against one another.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. When you talked about lingerie, something just came to my mind. When I got married, my mother gave me this gift. This lovely, really sexy lingerie with pajamas, with the jacket, with the coat and everything. I opened it once and I just put it away. I have never in my life used that thing until last year when, was it one of this brand that was sponsoring me? Mendeless. Someone was saying that I needed to have a lingerie for the photo shoot. And I remembered, I think I have one. And I went to go and dig it out from somewhere. And my husband saw it. Said, so you have this in the house? Imagine. Said, so you've never, I said, well, I can't be wearing this kind of stuff, So, and I used it for their commercial. And since then, I've not used it at all. When Nima now said, you dress and I'm thinking, Mr. Brown is really suffering.
If you be in my wardrobe,
he has really suffered.
Update time regular. Because I cannot be dressing like this all the time to show.
Go home and now dress like
I'll go and look for it.
My husband cannot just store and be seeing anyhow. He has to see the important something.
Wow.
The department.
Alaja.
Yes. So.
No, just for the benefit of women watching. Because I don't know how somebody walk from our house to that department and they say something smell.
God forbid bad things.
Not live with my aunties growing up.
So you have to,
some people don't know this.
Let me check.
Yeah.
So you said that for every act you got to prepare?
Yes.
No. Calm down. We're trying to learn.
Spontaneity is different.
You see, they're spontaneous, exactly, because sometimes you like that spontaneous act.
If you have been out all day.
Yes.
If you have been out
of course, you take a shower. But there are some that there could be some spontaneous, just
when I'm washing dishes.
If you're spontaneous, I'll say quickly, let me.
My husband that has spontaneous act is not me. I'm washing dishes in the kitchen.
But
there's a dress for that. There's a dress that should that right after washing dishes. Because there's a dressing that we used to go and wash plates. Ordinary people will not take it to wash plates.
Okay.
That's part of the preparation.
For the spontaneity
that we do on the hand. And I'll only be making sure I'm serving the food right in front of
you.
There's something you do to spice up. There's no dullness in that place.
Alaja.
Even me, I'm
remembering the old me. I'll be visiting some places very soon. So that when I come back home, ordinarily, even after a tired day, you'll be the icing on top of everything.
I'm telling you, Chineke Gozi.
If it is disturbing you, you need to can't be dull in that area.
At all.
I do all the work, I'll now go for evening shower and deliberately come in a different
And pepperly yourself.
And
you
spray.
If there is
spray.
there's a subtle spray for that business. Not be the perfume wey you go out.
Hey.
Subtle. So that you
You confuse the person.
There's spray for hair, safe.
Ha-ah.
Yes. You spray.
There's something I
You look
discovered,
anyhow boring.
and I have somebody who supplies me on this. One of the director supplies me this package.
Our directress.
Our director.
One of my ears.
Yes, she supplies me this packet, and she knows I buy them in cartons. I buy them in packs because he hates everything. You are smelling nice. So this spontaneity we're talking about, as a woman who is intentional, you live your life intentional. You set your goals for business. You don't want to set your goals for the bedroom.
Exactly.
Are you okay at all? You will set those goals. So every day in my house, I am ready. That means that I am clean. Whatever I'm wearing is clean. I am properly pruned and taken care of. Because spontaneity can happen anytime. I'm not going to be saying, excuse me, because you can catch me at any corner and something has happened. And everybody will pack their face like nothing has happened.
Yes.
And especially when you're having children, now that we have children, we really do not have time to plan all those elaborate, let's have the candlelight. Because somebody can just come and knock. I have an 8-year-old who, she will say she had nightmare. She wants to come and sleep in between. So I try as much as possible to make sure I've done what I want to do, sharp. So that in case she knocks in the middle of the night, I can say, okay, come and share the bed with us. That means you must be prepared. You must take your bath regularly. You must brush your teeth at night. You must use your deodorant. You must just be good so that he has a good mind to go and make money. He's happy making money. Because when he comes back, like she said, he will collect the icing on the cake to calm him for the day.
Be all right.
Okay,
let's do this thing right.
let's flip it now. In a situation whereby the man is hoarding, for whatever reason, there's a woman whose her libido is very high. She has some experience. She had previous experiences, and maybe she's married to a minister. You know, she's married to somebody who just believes that this thing is just for procreation. Let's do, and then we're back to worship and everything. So she's thinking, I had a life before. I was very out there, but now I have given my life to Christ. I'm now married to you. I'm now I've chosen you as my spouse, but you are not replicating what I know. So do you just erase your past?
It's an easier conversation for a man than a woman, and we have to be realistic because depending on the kind of relationship that you have, in most cases there's this very respectful relationship. I'm married to someone 10 years older than me, thankfully.
You know the respect.
We have allowed ourselves to embarrass each other. But some people don't have that. Some people, their marriage with their partner is this respectful, my father, my Lord. It's a tough conversation to have from that space. We need to now find ways to set cues to let him understand that, okay, whenever I wear this outfit, it means I want. You need to find out the importance of watermelon and dates and coconut combination. The man will just be ready for you. Give him tiger nuts every day.
Nuts are
in
very
the morning,
healthy.
in the afternoon, watermelon and coconuts. Then at night, another bath.
Can do peanuts.
So if he is not, if he does not have,
you guys don't research this matter.
if he's not naturally in that space, by virtue of what you are feeding him, his body will want it.
While on the mountain. While he's on the mountain.
His every day is on the mountain.
Be breaking with tiger nut milk and be
match.
breaking with watermelon and coconut combination.
How can you mix watermelon and coconut?
They call us
You gotta learn.
It's called
You gotta know what that does.
Watermelon and
Male
coconut.
and female is working.
When he's watching Angola, Nigeria,
Just give him cold.
just be serving him on the side.
Yes.
Use it to work.
If you don't know what is that, they don't need to be drinking
With
all
some
those
good love.
Let me help some men.
You
You
know
don't
what
need to
you're
go and
doing.
drink all those ones in green bottle, different. Those ones. It's just
Watermelon.
alcohol and chemical. Organically, there are several
Fruits and
natural
vegetables
fruits
you
that
can
can
use.
help you get
you,
there.
it's health.
Reduce sugar. If the man is not
Take away
interested,
sugar.
take away sugar from him and give him
Yeah,
those
yeah,
ones. It can help because sometimes you don't say it. You will prepare his meal to help you achieve what you want to achieve. Wisdom in the Bible.
Serve a lot of
Profitable.
something.
You'll be
Helps
all
you
right.
to-
It's like, let's give you comments on social media.
Yeah.
Our
Watermelon
sister
and
people, I
coconut.
don't know, did they
Don't worry.
travel?
They are enjoying the conversation.
Somebody is asking for Beecee sister's hand in marriage. I have a contact.
So they made
I have a younger sister.
You will take care of
Say,
it.
Beecee, do you have an
I have a
unmarried
younger
sister?
sister, yes.
Let's
She's not
talk.
married, actually. And she's like me. She's like me. I know that one.
Yeah.
So Hafsa says, Why is Mariah acting like a learner now? Ask us, ask her.
After
Mariah, stop it, John.
I
have to stir
Did
up
you
the
just get
conversation.
back?
I have to stir up the conversation to make it interesting.
Yeah, okay.
No,
So
just make sure you don't fit demand plenty Benue yam in marriage. Otherwise, the big belly will
come out.
That can be an obstruction.
Hafsa says, why? Okay, she's Mama TMO says, Mariah, your facial expression as Beecee was talking, Nari Mommy Gio look.
So say me, I have plenty lingerie. I wear for my husband, and it's good for women to have. There are times you want to really turn.
But it's difficult for people like me, lingerie, because we have big chests. It's difficult. All those silly lingeries that I got, I couldn't wear them because they're just very, very. They don't. People like you have a balomo, you can always wear those kind of things. People like us, you can't wear those kind of things.
No, but leave her.
I'm Balumo. Who get Balumo you get?
It's your overload that is causing problem. You don't need it.
They're not.
For the benefit of watching, because you throw me blow, is the size of my husband's hand that God gave me. You cannot borrow neighbor's hand.
See, wait. You can get your size anywhere.
Hello, you're live. Thanks for calling.
Don't be stressed out.
You just spend more money, but you get
Hello, I need to get the name. Hello.
Hello?
Good morning. First time we get a very clear conversation.
Okay, because I lowered my television very well.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well.
All of you, how are you? You see, if somebody tells me that my husband can cheat on me, I will not believe it. Because he's so gentle, a man of God, always with his Bible. But unfortunately, one day, a lady in my church traced my shop at Joshua and came to report my husband to me. That my husband came to her house, that she finished taking her bath. So when she was about to wear her clothes, my husband rushed her. She managed to come outside, and you know what she did? She wore her clothes and started coming to my shop to tell me everything. In fact, I was shocked. I said, okay, so what happened? Did he do anything? She said she did not give him opportunity, but he tried. Two of them were struggling in the house, before she ran outside and came to my shop to come and report my husband to me.
Is the lady very endowed?
Hello?
Is the lady very endowed?
Why was she dressing up in front of the
Doesn't matter how she is.
He went to my husband. My husband went to her house.
To do what?
Sorry, sir. Let me even ask you the question.
As if she's doing evangelism.
Okay, let me ask
understand?
you. Were you withholding from your husband? Going by our conversation. Are you withholding? Are you not giving him? You're not giving your husband?
What? Why not?
How often,
Why
ma'am?
not? Even before I left for the government, everything. So I know, men, I don't know what something that kind of attitude, I went to his mom and reported him. They called him. He said, but I did not do anything. So I was shocked. I told my children, see what your daddy is doing, but I'm forgiving him. So you people should be very, very careful. In case all the girls, when you get married, look at it. No man is the same. So you better be careful.
Thank you very much, Teresa. Thank you very much, Teresa.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, a lot of things are wrong. Yeah. But I remember when she was talking, I remember a family member who is actually a pastor of a church, and he was telling me in confidence the fact that he had to deal with something like this. The head of the choir himself was having an affair with somebody, one of the ladies in choir, and the wife is also a minister. So all this is very messy. It was messy. But then he found out that she was withholding. So this issue, so it doesn't excuse it. Please, it doesn't excuse it. Cheating is responsible. But there's a lot of withholding. There's a lot of withholding even inside the house of God, inside the religious center, for whatever reason.
Because
you want just feel I am pious. I don't want to. I want to be doing it once a month. As a woman of God, I don't want to be doing this every day. I am focused on the Bible. I'm focused on teaching. I'm focused on the Bible. I cannot be doing this thing every day.
Why you not marry your Bible?
Leave the withholding.
Here.
Let's address the individuals. Okay, well, Muslims. Men are not supposed to mix freely with women that are not entitled to, so they're not your sisters, they're not your mom. There's no work of God you do that brings you in contact with a vulnerable situation that exposes you. It doesn't. We have a very popular imam who tried to do counseling for female, and he thought till you want to bring temptation, meet them, almost destroy the entire thing. So you will follow God's rules if you know you want to do God's will.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, this woman did not say that, she was withholding. This person just had a fantasy, something,
Yeah.
led him to someone's house. He went all the way
Hey.
to someone's house. Three, the one that paid me is that she was forced to have the conversation
With him.
with the children. That's not a children's conversation. Whatever how long it takes you will finish handling it with their father. But they will not
You
consent.
use the word that I want to go back to, fantasy. You see, going back again to me and you, AB, we've decided in our lives that it's missionary, there's no issue, that we're not overdoing it.
No.
Wait, I'm just saying, I'm giving an example.
Collect example.
Please.
Now.
Elijah.
I don't know when I subscribe to it.
So A and B, I know they are very calm people. They've agreed that this is our own way of doing things. And then one person gets fantasies. One start dreaming of all things. And they have expectations. Now, finding it difficult to tell the spouse, hey, uncle, this is what I'm thinking. Or auntie, can we try this? Lord of Jesus, never. The same mouth I'm using to pray. You want me to come and use to... no, I cannot. So, those things happen where you're in that situation whereby the spouse is saying, I cannot do that thing you're asking for because it is unholy.
Can you now imagine doing it with the soundtrack being a message? You are listening to message and you are doing it. You are listening to affirmation.
This is my only day.
You are listening to affirmation
This
and
is
you
my
are
only
doing
day.
it. You are sealing it with your highest emotion. You are sealing that emotion. You will inside prayer. You will be prophesying on his life as
that's
he's
unholy.
God. Inside with your husband.
When you
husband and wife.
Praying, hearing God's word, and you be doing.
You speak in tongues on top of the
You ain't look on you can't do anything with the look on your voice in your ears.
Have you thought of praying while you're...
demystify some of these rules that we give ourselves and said it was God? There is no place. If you see it in the scriptures, please show me. There's no place that you were given an instruction on how to do it. No place in the scriptures. I've read it back to back. If you see, you can show me. You can call it out so that we'll go back. Maybe I missed it. Human beings have their will. And because of the knowledge of good and evil, they can agree within themselves what is obtainable in the bed. The bed undefiled. Whatever both of you agree on that bed stays on that bed as long as you are under the covenant of marriage. So this idea of is only missionary style that is holy. I don't know who told you God does not like doggy. I don't know who told you God does not like
NBC.
Sorry, I don't know who gave you that rule that God does not like monkey in the shadow.
Yes.
Because if God does not like it, it will not enter the human mind to conceive it. We are co-creators with God. We are creators with God. If we can conceive it, as long as it's not hurting another person, you are not taking life of another person, you can conceive it in your bedroom, you can fantasize it in your bedroom. The sweetest thing is to fantasize it with your partner and agree on the limits you can get to. For some health reasons, you may not be able to do everything. You have that agreement. For some other reasons, you may not be able to go to, you may have to go gradually till you get there. But you must agree. This one of the wife does not like more than missionary and the man is fantasizing something else. Are you people sure you are ready for marriage? You must be ready. You must be able to put your guard down. This holy that you are holding to, I don't know where it's taking you to. You are making those rules. Excuse me. Go and see your pastors and see what they do. You will be shocked.
Depends on the pastor.
The people that know. Forget it.
Depends on the pastor.
They talk to person where grow for church.
No worry.
Where don't work in some capacity for church.
You are rewarded for making your spouse happy.
Sorry?
Muslim women watching, you are rewarded for the sexual activities that you do with your legitimate spouse.
That's it.
There's reward. So that's the part I like the most. There was a time I was doing voluntary fast and my husband wanted to have his right and I was like, let me complete this fast. Because after Ramadan, we were supposed to do 6 days of fast. And I left one for the last day of shower. That last day of shower, Ghana said, you want to take it. I said, please, it's just 4 hours to break in the fast. Let me finish. He said, no, I want to take it. I've been asking you and you have not been available. I gave it up.
Before?
Because if I complete the fast and cause problem for Oga, I might not even get the reward for the fast.
Exactly.
That's
God will never answer you.
So some business are more important than your holiness. Now you be God, wey judge am. When God has given you certain allowances,
Liberties.
don't limit it. Enjoy it.
Okay, let me put this angle. Although, if I put that angle, somebody says, good morning, please ask Beecee to explain monkey in the shadow. She was saying
Don't worry.
privately.
Come to our Instagram DM.
But you see, talking about conditioning, because we're in a society where people are conditioned differently. You know, the people that grew up in the mosque and this how, you know, you dress up, you feel like this is how you're supposed to look, and this person is raised in the church, and you see this, you're not supposed to do certain things, you're not supposed to look at a guy, you're supposed to do things in moderation. Everything, the kissing should be in moderation, everything should be in moderation. You shouldn't be, why are you laughing? You know, you shouldn't be overly.
Who decides moderation, please? Who determines
society.
moderation? No, not
Society has somewhat given you that conditioning that as a good Christian
in my bedroom.
as a good Christian, listen, I'm giving you scenarios. People are facing these issues in their homes.
We're helping them.
Because they've been raised to feel like this thing, I shouldn't be wanting this thing. You see your role models. They are all dressed in Mommy Gio clothes, the skirt, and you're thinking, this woman, there's no way this man is collecting anything. Because the way she even looks in church, there's no way this woman is collecting. And because of that, I want to be like her. I want to be, and I tell my husband, please, this is the woman I'm trying to be.
It's the sin of the flesh. I bet they collect. I know, I wasn't in that class. I didn't attend that school.
So you need to comport yourself and compose yourself.
Growing up, they made the sex the sin and all of that. Growing up, and on the wedding day, those my aunties now came with all their baby back. I say, auntie, go do like this. In fact, one of my sister-in-laws, I hope she's not watching, says, when he's angry and you have offended him, don't say sorry. Wear this kind of thing. She was one that bought it and sent to me. And dust the shelves. I say, ma, she say, begged, and you sabi pick brew for grand, drop it, and dust the shelves. So the class that's this scene of something, I missed it. Yeah. That course one, no, I didn't take it. The ones I took, emphasized strictly. All of them were wearing full hijab like this, minding their business. So with their chair and all of that, we were also looking at the people advising him that all these aunties that I've already put in one class of.
Yes,
see them.
It's the condition that I was telling you about.
Realistically.
Our matriarchs should be more open about this thing.
Yes.
But my mom did not.
You got that information. Lots of people do not get that kind of information.
And I think people should be more open. I can never forget Reverend Mrs. Funke Felix Adejumo breaking down the importance of intimacy in marriage and breaking down the importance of humility in marriage, that as we are all women, we're all in Singapore, praying that God should bless us and increase us, that she's releasing the prayer and the blessing will come upon us, but it's with a caveat. You have to be humble. You need to keep your home. You need to pay the price as you are here learning how to become big. So we need matriarchs to step in, because there are people there are things commercial that the men cannot have, and the commercial women cannot have. So we need the men who have journeyed through life to also mentor other men on how to go about building a successful family, and women too. Because the older you are, it's a different thing. If Beecee and I can jive because I'm learning, but if I'm hearing it from Mrs. Funke Felix that I should beg.
People like her now have come on.
Position like this.
Yes.
Men,
exactly.
take a scriptural truth.
Yes, now.
And I will do it. So we need women of our mummies.
Those mommy geos need to start talking, because there's no, I can never in my life think for a second that any of these people they might doing anything. They don't look like they're doing anything.
Because the mommy geos think that will make them unholy.
Exactly.
That's why they are not talking.
And that's why we'll be
they have their mandate to bring you to salvation. So when they are talking salvation and talking the other one, you may not take them seriously again. So that's why everybody is keeping to themselves. So you, self, will have to go and learn
salvation,
by
that
yourself.
lesson. So someone
Let me take this call.
Online.
Says when a man is in the mood, his brain goes on French leave. Women should know this. Encourage him.
Oladidi says, you ladies are mending relationships and homes with all that you're saying. This matter not be joke.
Okay, let me take this call from Prince Johnson. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Nice talking to you. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to this show.
Trying to get for the past 8 years. I finally got
Whoa! Wow, good to have you.
Yesterday topic too. I was trying every means possible to just interact, to share my experience.
Yes.
But that's done. So I just want to say hi. The topic for today is very, very interesting, and I hope for most ladies in marriage, in their homes, they are learning more and more concerning relationship matters and how to do all stuff. So thank you. You guys,
Thank you very much,
do
Prince.
wonderful job.
Thank you very much, Prince Johnson. Comments on social media?
Yeah, so Dame Ebika, I think, is responding to Corey, said, isn't it the responsibility of the spouse, either man or woman, to find out what is causing the withholding and help their spouse? Cheating is not always the answer. There's a lot that can cause it.
Yinka Belsol says, sometimes couples need to leave their home and spend time outside to improve their sex life. I agree on this one.
I agree, yes.
Sometimes the ambience becomes too familiar, the setting becomes boring because it's the same setting every day. So you can either take time, innovate, or you take time on a vacation.
Oh, auntie that went on vacation. How was your vacation?
This one cannot say anything.
Let me catch you talk now.
Yeah, talk.
Like, let me
Share
so
with
how
us.
was vacation?
She can't lie.
So, Gio, yeah.
She cannot lie.
Yeah.
Show you something.
So we needed to make every location memorable, so we were just marking register.
That
Each
is it.
location.
Every location.
Vacation.
That
So
is it.
how we did in Texas, how we did in Vegas.
there's a
That's
Texas memory.
I'm like, we need to mark register. Oh. So we did a one night in Atlanta, and I was harassing my husband. It's like they just delayed our flight, canceled our flight. I said, but we did not plan Atlanta. Now that we've come to Atlanta,
Let us make use of it.
Atlanta. I think that vacations give opportunity to do
give
something
you
out.
to even explore.
Yes, out of your norm.
yeah,
Because when we came back, work overwhelmed me, and I must also put that there. So
I've
I
always
don't
had
get
that-
the wrong impression that
Yes.
is every. Honestly, as I
No,
came back
but
to
talk about
Nigeria,
this is what
I've always had that
memories are.
fantasy of on top of the on the Eiffel Tower or somewhere all the way top that they just you and
Only
you and your.
God.
I put
So
our
there's something that
You know, I'm talking like
Memories
a
do.
high level skyscraper.
for cases where psychology brings about withholding like this, this beautiful location and the memory is what you need. It's not the pornography. It's what you need to respice.
just visualize.
Visualize these activities. When I was on bed rest for Imran's pregnancy, I was sending that message. I said it was because I remembered something. And I typed a message and said, if we could do this again. But I sent it to the wrong. Somebody had just called me and I was typing on my husband's SMS, please. And mistakenly, I don't know how it converted. I just saw that when I delivered, I
yeah.
saw, usually my husband would give me a call immediately.
Yeah.
Like 4 hours, I never received. I said, let me check.
And check.
That
Who
he
I sent
responded.
message
Only to turn out to be
Wrong person.
an old guest on our show was trying to get me to do a research. I said, hey, and I started calling the woman. She now switched off. She gave me small torture. I picked up the next morning. She laughed and laughed and said, don't worry, your story is safe.
Message from a pastor. It says, part of the problems with sex in Christian marriages is not knowing where to place it in relation to the service of God. Example, is it appropriate as a pastor to have sex with his wife and still go to the pulpit on the same day? Is it appropriate? He's asking, is it appropriate?
Is a
He
pastor?
said, well, yes. What if I'm on a long fast? Can I still have can I still do it along the line? A woman who does not finish might think that the act is all about the man rather than a mutual enjoyable exercise. I know a woman who has 4 children and has never gotten to Jerusalem. Now that's another angle.
Yes, so my husband is a pastor.
I'm just saying that.
I want to help him now
Yeah.
with one small solution. So, we realized something, that he flows more in anointing. I'm not joking. I am not joking. When he has worshipped that morning before stepping out,
worship.
he will be vibrating.
Hey, girl.
And when he's vibrating like that, I'm looking at him. I'm even trying to understand what's the
Where the
relationship.
energy coming from?
Because he has not done anything wrong. He has satisfied his wife. I am happy. Have you not heard the part that says that if your wife is not happy with you, your prayers will not be answered? It's in the scriptures. I am happy with him. So his prayers are going unhindered.
Faith.
Hey.
He has done his primary assignment. All this God that we're shouting, we have never seen him. It's how you relate to your other human beings that tells us whether you are godly or not. So we put so much attention to a God that we have not seen when he has given us human beings that we have seen to show his glory. Let us break it down. So he fires more on the altar when he has worshipped on my altar.
Yay!
And I feel
finished it.
when he's preaching and I am dropping,
topic is over.
Hey,
I am
it's flowing.
Everybody will be like, Pastor Uche.
Fantastic. Isn't it saying that somebody does service?
And no say I have done my work.
Hey, you are ministered.
Ministered. So let's take away the guilt from them. If it was not a beautiful thing, God would not have created.
The time, because of time, there's one more part we have not talked about.
Oh, what is it?
the man's inability to get you to Jerusalem.
Ah, that's a long.
That's a major problem a lot of women are facing. Because the man believes that I know, I sabi. You now do everything. You still know the girl has never in her life been to Jerusalem.
So I think that we are also going to give people liberty. So give excuse. Use your view today, Friday, to tell your husband that, while I was watching the show, I discovered that we've never had this conversation before, that I've actually never gotten to Jerusalem. So that's a way to bring it in, because it's not a conversation that is easy to bring on.
Yeah.
Because it's a conversation that affects the man's ego, because you look at it, I'm not doing it right. So you mean I've not been doing it right? No, you'll be doing it right, but you have not gotten me to Jerusalem. So by excuse of that your view that I was watching this morning, they had a conversation, no? I said, based on it, let me let you know. So that you can stimulate the conversation. Now, you might not even know what will get you to Jerusalem. What gets people to Jerusalem differs from woman to woman, from person to person. So explore each other till you arrive, both arrive at Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
My
says here.
advice is to the men. Put your wife on your lab table. Find out where the spots are. She's not.
So you say, put
she's
your wife
not
on
your
a...
machine.
The bed is your lab.
Your
Your
lab.
body is
Your
your
science
lab.
lab. Yeah.
And ask her per
Okay.
touch. How do you like this? Do you like this?
It was very complicated.
Do you
when
like
were
that?
doing that to me. I beg.
No, it's complicated.
Yeah.
But if
Yes.
you don't go, see, me is my 15th year.
Yeah, so my sister.
If we did not do this lab exam early, probably even me don't know where
Jerusalem is.
Jerusalem. How will you get there? You yourself, do you know?
You don't have
That's
compass.
true.
So you have a partner. Your body is, both of you are this. Both
So as this
of you
table
are
be like
each
this,
other's
like this,
guinea
just
pig.
lie down on this table.
No.
Tell him to be.
Imagine her that she's your lab table and you're doing your research.
Okay.
Each body part you touch, you ask, you look at her reaction, so that you know where to touch
Observe the
on
reaction.
the way to Jerusalem.
Okay.
Even when her eyes are closed, touch and be looking
Okay.
at each response that you need.
The
You
soundtrack
know.
is
know.
playing.
Yes. So that you don't go
Observe
just
the
go like it's somebody
Egos. You're not.
something. And this is my only day. You people are making me talk too much. Know what you are touching. Yes, so that you must and remember what you have touched.
Yeah, I
And
think
be
that
patient.
I think that's a
Each person
fantastic
has
advice.
And also be patient too. So the way the body of the man works, it works like matches. Strike, bah, 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 bah. Yeah, okay, right? But the woman is slow. The mechanism of the woman is very
like going to
slow,
Mount Everest.
and it fluctuates. It keeps going. So you must understand, and that's the beauty of marriage. You will not understand from the beginning.
Thank you.
Sometimes it will take you years to understand what exactly is the right buttons to touch. And as you get older in that marriage, understanding yourself, it becomes sweeter. I used to think I used to do before, and I used to enjoy myself. Now, the level is on another level.
It's an onion
The
journey.
level is
As
on
in
another level. I'm
peeling
like,
each
is this
level.
The
us?
conversation we had yesterday, just yesterday, my husband was like,
What's going on?
that for him, it feels like it's getting better every year.
As in,
It's getting better every year, and that is the goal.
Because it's
you
intentional.
know yourselves better.
you grow
You don't-
together.
you're not fumbling around. I
Yeah.
know where to go. I understand.
The right
I understand the messages that we send. That once you send it like this,
get-
myself, I'll go and first rest. Quickly go to the shower, spray my perfume, oil my entire body. I have the oil. Oil smells really nice.
As in-
I oil everywhere. Switch on AC, light my candles.
Prepare good food.
I'm waiting. Once I hear the
Uh-huh.
we're ready.
But doesn't he have to go take a shower first?
He will.
Of course he will.
Oh, he will. We've
Yes.
discussed
And even
it because
help
there
him
are sometimes when we don't, but I had to make him understand
can help
because
him.
we need to have conversations because we are in this together. We need to make it work. So it's a constant journey. And this is an excuse for you to initiate that conversation. Some of you might not be able to have it. Just play your view for your husband tomorrow or
Both
play
of you
your view
watch
for
it.
your wife tomorrow. If you are going 1 month, 2 months, except there is a medical condition
Yeah.
without doing, there's a problem.
It's not good.
There's a problem. It's not fair to your partner.
It's not good.
to be going that long distance.
Sokwe, thank you that you said this one. The people that use it for fasting. I don't understand.
I'm fasting.
Yes,
of it.
now I can
How
fast.
will you fast
You
of
can
it?
fast. You
You are
can.
angry.
Did you agree with
You
him?
make it
Yeah, of course. I'm
transactional.
sure that there are
You are
women.
angry.
And he
You say,
agreed.
this one I will be told. This one I will kiniko. It's a mutually enjoyed
Something.
something. So you are suffering yourself.
Lima, say it.
cannot fast
You can be
without
fighting.
We
And
will-
finish.
we will
And
finish
continue
and
the
Don't you
But
break
I need
your
to
fast?
go back to I'm just giving that as an example. I mean, I don't fast. But the point you made earlier about I don't want to lose that point about the fact that okay, whatever you decide on your
the
bed,
bed,
is yours. But you see, sometimes again, because we're a religious country, we are very religious in this part of the world, and we are very pious. We go to church.
And now we get side chicks back.
Yeah,
Women are talking
so
another
wait,
thing.
let me help. So as a church girl, I just feel like there's got to be boundaries, on what we do. We can't be like what they call them,
the sinners,
the heathen, the sin. Yeah, we can't be like them. What they do is not what we are going to be doing. We do things
Have
properly.
you realized that the heathen, even the scripture says it, the sons of darkness are wiser than the sons of light. Do you know why? They know the way the world works.
They manipulate it.
They know the way the universe works, and they use it well. We just separate ourselves and say we are just doing like this, we're doing like this, and it doesn't work at the end of the day. They are the ones, if you go to all these places where they are not Christians, their marriages enter 70, 80. You will see old man and old woman, they've been together for a very long time. What do you think is keeping them? So it's not about, of course you have boundaries so that you don't boundary of maybe the person is now fantasizing going through the wrong
even
path.
saying,
How do you know it's the wrong path, auntie?
No, you will know.
How do you know it's the wrong path?
it's for something else.
You will know.
Biologically, the place is
Biologically,
designed for
that's not
something
it.
else.
Yeah, so you will know. So those are the boundaries you are
Excuse me,
supposed to have.
don't go there.
Let's not go there.
Biologically, your
Yeah,
mouth is
designed for something else.
else.
I think you were going to go there.
Don't say
Please,
that.
let me say something.
Please. So when in the Bible, no, let us stay on that.
Let's stay.
When in the Bible,
Yes.
they say that place
Is just
is
looking for
correct.
ginger for this conversation.
That place.
That place.
That place.
Wait, what do you think of the answer? Let me take this call from Shola. Shola from Akure, thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm happy I'm able to get through.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. It's good to be. Welcome.
Yes, on while ladies withhold, I was talking about some domestic aspects, domestic violence that happens along the line. Because I would like to share my personal experience. There was a time I was trying to conceive for many years. And then I was diagnosed with prolactin, high prolactin. So I tried to tell my spouse that, please, these are sensitive places you shouldn't touch. These are places you should touch. Why? So that you don't let the prolactin to keep increasing. But it now seems like I'm trying to cut him down on touching some places. I said, no, so that you don't let the prolactin to increase. Try to deviate from this side. But on that aspect, it was 0. So whenever I try to, so it's not giving us problem, but I'm just trying to manage it. Another one is, there was a time we were having conversation. The next thing I heard was backbone. You cannot expect a man violently slapping his wife because somebody feels that your wife has this witchcraft, or you perceive that your wife has this spiritual life that is more than yours. Do you understand? So,
Thank you, Shola. This is a different. I'm not.
So they are challenging marriages, and
Wait, name talk.
this is there's a challenge with this marriage. Number one, they are not. I don't think that there is cohesion in terms of we're willing to work to make each other better. She has a medical condition that does not allow her to.
She's dealing with infertility. Just like mine, she had high prolactin,
Okay.
and so she doesn't want to be touched in that area because it will increase
more.
the
Yeah.
hormones more. And so she would say, "Don't touch here," and he sees that as an affront. But in response, rather than addressing, because you don't get proper mind, he smacks her, which is even worse, which even worsens the tension at home. So for that area, I would have said, see a gynae, so you know would you, because I had it. And let me just say that I have high prolactin as well. So see a gynae that will help you find a way to bring down prolactin. I did not even get pregnant before I started, dealing with that. So, but for the smacking, of course, it will say complete turn off. There will be no room,
They are beating
business.
you.
It's even worse than the mouth odor we were and the big belly were different. It kills every affection possible. So it's worse.
So if you're a man and you're beating your wife and you're expecting you will still collect.
So let me go back to the topic of the.
No, before you go there,
Okay, yeah.
I feel that to help still within the spiritual or spiritual angle, husbands and wives should not let their house be vulnerable to the devil. That they are claiming they are in the claim of serving God, you are making your house vulnerable to the devil. You know, there's a Yoruba proverb: "Si ogiri obala no alangba ole wogiri." If you don't create a crack in if there's no crack in the wall, a lizard can't enter. So when you withhold, male or female, for whatever reason, you are creating a crack that can allow a lizard, and a lizard can
the
be
head,
side
a
chick
serpent
or side
bites.
hen or side oga, whichever way lizard can enter. So mend the cracks early enough before a stitch in time saves 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to the fact that
The mouth cannot do what the mouth
yeah,
can do.
so Beecee was trying to explain to us that whatever a couple agrees inside
bed, yeah.
should be allowed to happen. It's nobody's business. There are some men or women that request certain things. You going
That are
through the back
abnormal.
that are abnormal. So going back, who defines what's abnormal? Somebody will tell you that
God,
even
God Almighty.
the mouth that we used to eat, God designed it for you to eat, not to do anything else. Someone will also tell you that you're not supposed to be whipping each other. There's some that enjoy to whip their spouse. They'll tie you up. They love to tie up. So there are different things. So my question again is, these are fantasies. So my question is, how do you now define what is acceptable? Because that's how society helps us to define these things so that we don't go haywire and be doing silly things.
Yes, so in the sex courses, there are different types of human beings and there are different sexual needs. And that's why it's important when you're having this sort of conversation to get a professional who is skilled in those areas to involve. There was a test I saw sometime where they brought couples together. They wanted to find out what type of sex based on your makeup, based on your personality that stimulates you the more. And when they did the test, they found that some people, even those very innocent looking people, actually liked it more aggressive. It was a test that showed. And now that partner has been so gentle with the wife, not knowing that the wife's stimulant is in aggression. So what you call abnormal may be normal to a couple. That's what gets their freak on. And you are judging based on the holy books to say, don't do this, don't do this. Judge your own in your bed. Allow them to figure out their own. You can also have the boundaries to say, anything that is not so natural, we're not going to get there. Let's not have our fantasy there. It's a conversation that you should have and agree with your partner. It's not me that will be judging you whether you want to use your tongue to lick another thing, aside from to eat food. It's not my business, because you don't know the one that I am doing. You don't know what gets my freak on. Have I answered your question?
Okay, this is that question.
My own is clear.
Somebody says, good morning, please, I need the spray Obiajulu he's talking about. So,
That one that directress is selling.
That is selling, okay.
Oh, no, that's not a spray.
Chat me on Instagram.
So
sex doesn't guarantee that.
my religion, defines what is sexually permitted also, your pleasure. And that's whatever done. It's not
permissible.
Those
So
are,
no matter...
The back door one is not accepted.
You should know.
You can explore anything, but don't explore...
Not that one.
There.
But are you allowed to use your
Long-term
mouth? The
effects
mouth that
on
used to
top.
eat and pray to God. Are you allowed to use
It
your
is
mouth?
controversial. I've
Even
heard,
in the
we've
religion.
had to, yes, there were sisters' seminars that we had to talk about it. Some people completely are against it. Some people say, okay, it's a liberal thing. It depends on what you agree and what you want.
Yeah.
What I don't want is, if I don't want to use what I used to worship God, to worship that place.
You worship God with all parts of your body.
No, leave me. Forcing the person can psychologically destroy the love of that room and that marriage.
convince or
For
discuss.
instance, if you force the person to do that thing, you might just turn them off completely. We will not be discussing
God.
withholding.
Yeah.
Let's do what is permissible to each party.
Yeah. So the pastor that sent me the message before sent him now says, when it comes to oral and anal activities, it's moving away from what is called natural use. So I guess it depends on who it is.
Some of us would not have gotten to Jerusalem without
Those
some unnatural uses, right? And it will not be
So is it
a sweet
important
life.
to get to Jerusalem?
It will not
Is Jerusalem so important?
be. It's important to
Jerusalem
me.
is for
Yeah, so what is it so important? People live their life to 90. They never go to Jerusalem. And they're still okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, that's what they do.
According to their own definition of being okay. I would not have been okay if I don't get
You don't know that.
I know that. Because I've experienced both. Both going and going. And there's a
It's
difference.
because you experience. For those people whose experiences
never
are just
experienced
there,
they should
what they
stay.
consider it is for making babies.
Yeah.
They
No,
don't have
but you
any-
They
know
should
that
stay.
biologically. Let me just, because I've been a bit quiet. This is Beecee's
Yeah, quiet.
department.
Please, it's not.
So the truth is, biologically, getting to Jerusalem is not just about the feeling. It's about
Excitement.
there are hormones that get released
For
at
me.
that point in
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
And the hormones are good for your stress. They are good for your joy.
Yes.
They are good for your health.
Yes.
So if you are doing, and you're not reaching Jerusalem, you're not getting those
Wasting time.
hormones.
Yeah.
You are not getting the food of the hormones. So what the man gets that makes him happy after doing that. He will just relax. He'll be like,
It's what you are
it's
missing.
what you are missing. And it's not fair.
Now you are
don't
telling us
get
the
it.
importance of Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
many
getting
people
a
don't
lot
know.
of messages here.
Let's take a few minutes.
One of my big aunties, because we talked about plantain, and she said, that thing is like this.
Yeah, so what's Elijah? Elijah, I didn't mention her name. She said that
So she
Paul is
said
very
like
good. That Paul is really
Yes,
good. I didn't realize that Paul is good.
On Instagram, they're already asking for Beecee's number.
You see?
It's not busy. We'll give the
People
number
are
of
admitting
the
that this is a
bookie
helpful
directly.
conversation.
Yeah.
It is.
3 of the messages, I don't want to read the
Yeah.
identities of the person sending them, are admitting that they're dealing with them. Someone is saying, in my marriage, after 4 kids, coming
has happened.
or having Jerusalem something is not
top
it's
priority.
not open for conversation. So once she tries to have the conversation, she's ignored. It's not open
Okay, so
for
Elijah did Dodger. Elijah.
Say-
Our
Yes,
Elijah.
yes. Said boilie, grilled plantain is very good for men's libido. Women too can take it. So he's saying that it's good. I didn't even know that.
That's
Okay.
And I only eat plantain, guys.
Gorantula.
I eat only plantain. So
Eat plantain. It can be working for you, really.
yeah.
When you were selling Mrs. Brown's tiger,
Tiger nut.
don't know what happened.
Oh.
Miracles were happening.
Miracles will happen.
Fall in love with Tiger.
Just fill your freezer. with it.
So yeah, tiger nut is very
We are
good.
usually taught when we marry to have a blender for that process. I resorted to buying because I trusted the brand and
Yeah.
it worked
More comments. We're going to be wrapping up soon. Comments on social media. Any other body talking on Twitter.
YouTube.
Debbie
Our Twitter people
Bumi
travel.
says, what of the situation where the husband demands oral from the wife but cannot give the wife? Is that fair? No, that is
fair.
not. Una go share 'em.
Yes,
Equal.
that's true. Men, a lot of men are in that place. Yeah. What else?
Let me go and take from YouTube.
Okay, so we're going to be wrapping
Our
up soon,
Twitter
but I
people.
think I'd like us to have a final word to our viewers, because the truth is that we started this conversation because a woman was apologizing to her husband for withholding. Because he cheated on her, so she was apologizing. And we said, it's not about, he's also been irresponsible for cheating. But however, that led us to a conversation on withholding and why people withhold and how we can improve the activities in marriages. Because many marriages, especially in Nigeria, are breaking because of this reason, this matter.
Yes, so
So let me let you start, Nima. What are your own final
Daniel
thoughts?
Maruf says,
Yeah, more comments. Okay.
today's topic is hot. Codflux says, please, ma, what's the name of the fruit combination you were talking about?
Pineapple and coconut.
And
No,
coconut.
watermelon.
Him,
and
right?
coconut.
Watermelon
Tiger
and
nuts,
I'm blending it
coconut
tonight.
and dates. For,
Add dates with
yes,
it.
and you can use Gorantula as well.
How long,
Then
have you
for
guys,
women-
how long have you guys known this now? You didn't tell me.
we don't need to
Honestly,
discuss
our
such things.
lives.
For women, for that place also, you need take a lot of pineapples. Drink a lot of
that's
pineapples.
sugar, that's
To
right.
clean-
Wow,
to
say
clean out.
You people have
No,
not
they
touched
don't.
on
They
the
don't.
point.
We're not taking too much chicken.
Somebody is starting
watermelon
a
works
new,
too.
said you have not touched on the point when a woman doesn't have regard for the husband because it doesn't or hardly brings anything on the table. Such women will not likely find the husband.
Yes, that's a
Finances affect libido.
Yes.
It's also
Financial stress affects libido. Disrespect affects libido. If I don't respect you or I feel like you're not...
Finish.
See, finish
You're not doing
affects
enough.
it. You're not doing enough. It affects the ability. When you talk, I'm like, I just finished
That was-
working all day.
yes.
I'm cooking. That's all you are thinking of. And men hate it. So even if you are thinking it, don't say it.
Well, as Beecee said, even though you're in that stage, condition your mind that, okay, 2 times a week, this is my obligation as a
Your
wife.
obligation.
So even though you're not happy with him, just put like, you don't have to do much, just lie down. Maybe just for you to, because the idea is that eventually, hopefully when things...
our cameramen are laughing seriously. Sachokus was said, you people should have
just lie down.
yeah, people should have told us single people to leave the room now. It's
Hey!
Any other
We are
comments?
sorry for you.
Okay, I think we can wrap. I was going to give final comment, but obviously you guys don't want to final comment.
Odupe says,
final
individual-
comment
okay,
is
go ahead.
study your wife, know the points, so that Jerusalem is possible. There's a journey to
I love
it.
that
You
part.
buy tickets and you buy...
I love that part. Let us say it properly. So for a table like this, let madam lay down like a lab table.
Yes.
And then
And
start
do your
beginning
studies.
every from toenail
And your
to
research.
heel to ankle to leg to knee, everything, all the way to the hair. And then know what makes madam move. Then you're getting somewhere.
Yeah, once you're married, your body is not just yours. Whatever decisions you have to make, you must agree with your partner.
God bless you.
Withholding is a sin. It's a sin in the marriage code. So please do not withhold. Have the conversations as best as you can and seek therapy is very important.
Okay, it's okay.
If you, barring a medical condition, going for a period of time, 1 month, 2 months, without express permission from your partner is wrong, is not fair. we're meant to comfort one another and support one another. So I believe that, and I also want to say no conversation should be too tough to have between a husband and a wife. So communicate with each other, whatever it is you are going through, and communicate in love. There is no battle you cannot overcome. Even if you are currently on the verge of divorce, you can overcome it.
My own advice is different. If all else fails, in the sense that you're unable to get your spouse to this point, either your wife to do what you like her to do, but your spouse to do what you want him to do, if this other room matter doesn't work for you, it's not the end of the world. Though. Thank God, count your blessings and what you have. Praise the Lord, and you'll be fine. Because some people have lived to 90, they didn't get to Jerusalem, and they're alive and well.
Some people,
some people never did these things, and they're okay. So the point is that it is great on one side. It is great to have it because you will glow like Beecee. You will glow like Tokwe. You'll be 70 and 80, and you are still firing like YK. No problem. But there are other people who are 60, 80, and they're living healthy. They didn't have it well, but they're okay. So don't count your blessings if you're unable to get this thing. So don't make it look as if they do or die affair. That's my own point. That's what you can take. We'll see you tomorrow. No, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. We'll see. Look at how quiet you are.
Why? We were just looking at you.
Oh,
We were shocked.
We don't want to have...